Hello and welcome back to my channel, and we are cracking on today with the garden makeover. This is part 2 of my garden makeover. There are so many jobs to do. It is an absolute scorcher here in the UK at the moment, but we're doing our best to keep going even though it is sweltering. So as always, before we get going, give the video a big thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel for future videos. So I need to catch you up with a few things that we've already done. I pulled a whole load of stuff out of the shed to go to the tip as we were booked into our local tip. I hate going to the tip because I do try to reuse and recycle as much stuff as I can, but sometimes some things just have to go there. So we headed off there about a week ago. We're just on our way to the tip now. I don't really like going there, but these things kind of have to go to the tip. A load of garden waste, which they don't now collect in Essex, so we've got to drop that off, and some bits and bobs of smash pots and things that kind of, yeah, the tip's the only place for them. So that's what we've done. We've loaded up the van, well, Kit loaded up the van, and we're off. Okie dokie, that's the tip all done, and the weather is not looking very clever, to be honest. Still quite bright though. Apologies for the salute. Okay, so my next job, or today's big job, is to finish the beds. I need to dig a little bit more soil out, lay this weed protecting material down, dig out some holes for all the plants that I've bought, and then put some topsoil and bark on, which should stop the weeds from coming through. And I've got quite a big section to get done, but if I don't get some of these plants in the ground, they are just going to die, and some of them do. I'm not going to lie, they look dead already. So I really need to crack on with that. And actually, if it does rain, it is raining tomorrow, then it would be great. Get them in the ground and they'll have a nice good day of rain tomorrow, and that'll help them to grow. So let's crack on with that. Okay, so we've planted up this bed. Obviously it looks a little bit sparse now, but hopefully these plants will fill out. Some of them are looking like so dead. But let's just see what happens. I always think you'd be surprised what a good dose of rain will do. I've moved some things that had been growing in pots into the bed too. I do need to trim my lavender a little bit, but basically the next job is I need to do this bed now. And my battery is about to die, and I don't think you need to watch me dig out another bed. You've seen what I'm doing, so I'm going to put my camera on to charge and get this bed dug out, ready for the plants to go in, and then I'll catch up with you when I'm at that point. Okay, so I need to neaten this up. It had a strip of wood and that strip's broken, and now the gravel to bark looks a bit messy. I'm tempted to dig out all the gravel and change it with bark, but not right now because I'm exhausted now. But there we go, I've planted up over here. This looks really nice. These are some plants that I had in a planter, so I hope that by moving them they will be okay. I'm going to give them a little water, and then yeah, tomorrow it's due to rain, so hopefully they'll all get a really good drink before we then tackle the next stage. So I found this plant coming in from next door's garden. I think it's an ivy. I think it would be really cool if I could get it to trail up the fence. So I found this in B&M. It was only £2.50. It's a little expanding trellis. It's already the right colour for the fence, so I can just literally, it's a little bit lighter, but it doesn't bother me that. So I'm going to put this up quickly and try trailing this plant around it. So I decided to have a good sort out in the shed. It got too full of stuff. As we rent our house, we don't actually have access to our loft, and so our shed is really invaluable for storing items, but often it can get full of junk. Now I am one of those people, I can't bear to throw anything away. Even my bench that pretty much fell apart, I decided to keep parts of it in the hope that one day I would DIY it and turn it into something else, and I do still plan on that. But one of the things about me is the house is full of projects that have not got started, or I've started and not finished. So there is some fairly weird stuff coming out of this shed, but I plan to get rid of some of it, but the rest of it will go back in, but in hopefully slightly neater formation. The shed was here when I moved in, but it was in a bit of a sorry state. If you've not seen the video where I actually transformed the shed, I relaid the floor that was all rotten and damaged. I replaced loads of missing boards. I added a boarded finial to the front, fixed the door, all sorts of things, and gave it a really good repaint in a lovely new colour. That video is here on my YouTube. You can watch that makeover, so definitely check that out. Inside the shed, I do have a little locker from IKEA. I got it from Facebook Marketplace, and in here I store all of my spray paints and other flammable liquids. It's a really safe way to store your spray paints. I definitely advise doing this if you have a lot like I do. The shed is also where I store some of my tools and my battery mower for mowing our lawn. Hopefully by having a tidy, I'll be able to get to these things a little bit easier. And here's the shed now, a lot tidier, a lot easier to get inside and access everything. It's still a little bit of a dumping ground, but I think it will always be a place for me to store items that are a little bit random and don't belong in the house, but it's definitely a lot better. And that's where I'm going to finish for today's garden video. Join me next time where I'm going to be tackling that garden trolley and turning it into an outdoor pizza station. So I can't wait to show you that. Give the video a big thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber, and I will see you again next time. Bye.